Think about that for a second. What would it take to become so unmovable internally that anything thrown at you feels meaningless, like it has no weight at all, like it's just noise? Because that's the level we're talking about. A level where even suffering loses its power to control you, and suddenly what used to feel unbearable becomes something else entirely, something almost insignificant, and that's not natural. That's something built, something forged, something earned. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Because if you're not at that level, and most people aren't, then the way things affect you looks very different. Because instead of overwhelming force, it's subtle influence, not destruction, but erosion, not chaos, but confusion. And that's far more dangerous. Because you don't fight it the same way. You don't even recognize it as a fight. And that's exactly why it works. And this is where we need to slow down, because if you don't understand the different ways these attacks show up, you'll misread everything. You'll either overreact to nothing or ignore something serious. And both mistakes lead to the same place, so instead of guessing, you need clarity. And that starts with understanding the patterns, the categories, the ways this actually unfolds in real life. Not in movies, not in exaggerations, but in ways that people have actually experienced. Because sometimes, it's not even about you directly, it's about where you are. There are cases, real ones, where the problem isn't the person, it's the place, where something feels off. Not dramatically, not instantly terrifying, but wrong in a way you can't quite explain. Like certain rooms feel colder for no reason, like the air itself has weight. Like there's a tension that doesn't belong there. And at first you ignore it, because what else are you going to do? Blame the walls? But then it continues. Sounds where there shouldn't be sounds. Movement where nothing should be moving. Patterns that don't make sense. And the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes to dismiss. Because coincidence starts to feel less like coincidence, and more like something else entirely. And that's when fear begins to grow, not because of what's happening, but because you don't understand why it's happening. And here's the